Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. This is Abhishek sir and today we are continuing what we left in the part 2 session. In part 2 we started with exercise 3.1 and we have completed up to question number 5. Today in this session we will be doing question number 6 and 7. Now question number 6 is find the angle measure x in the following figures. So in total we have 4 figures. In that different type of polygons are given, and using various properties whatever we have learned in part 1 and part 2, we will use that property and then we will have to find out the value of x. Now let us start with the first figure. See, in this first figure you can see a quadrilateral in which 3 angles are given. One is 50, one is 130, one is 120, and the last one is x. So what we are doing is we are finding angle x. How much is this? So before solving this kind of questions, we have to know about angle sum, right? That we have already discussed. Now angle sum property let us use by angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Last time we have done this, so we will be repeating this by angle sum property of quadrilateral. Now what is that property? If you add all the 4 angles, so let us add one by one. 50 plus 130 plus 120 plus the 4th angle don't have value, so we'll write x equals to quadrilateral angle sum property says that the total of all angles will be 360. Note that we will be writing degree, so just put a dot over here or a small circle. Now you have to find out x. So what you will have to do, you will have to add all these 3 given angles and then you take it on the other side to subtract that with 360 and then you will have the value of x. So what is 50 plus 130 plus 120? Now orally if you are able to solve this, then it is very good. You should practice this, or else then you can find out in your rough work. So 50 plus 130 is 180 and 100 and 120 is nothing but 300. So here we have the total of these 3 angles, 300 degree plus x equals to 360 degree. Now taking this 300 on the other side will change the sign. So keeping care of this sign, x equals to 360 degree minus 300 degree. So finally what is the value of x? That is 60 degree. So our answer is 60 degree. Now figure 2 is also a quadrilateral in which 60, 70 and x are given. This one, even if it is not given, there is a very special hint given on the other side. You see, this symbol is denoting that this angle is 90 degree, right? And if you want to find out the internal angle, that is this one, you have to use another property. Now you will have to use linear pair property, right? Whenever a line is divided into 2 angles, then you can use linear pair property, right? This you already have learned, I guess. Even if you haven't learned, let us quickly see how you can find out this angle. So linear property says, let us name this angle as angle 1, right? Angle 1. So linear property says that if you add 90 and angle 1, it is always 180 because this straight line is determining which kind of angle? 180, right? So if you want to find out angle 1, you will have to take this 90 on the other side. So angle 1 is 180 minus 90 and that is 90 degree. So what is the internal angle? Internal angle is 90 degree. Now going back to our original property. So again for a quadrilateral, applying which property? angle sum property. What will be the total of all four angles? Yes, it will be 360. Now we have three angles and one unknown, so applying the same formula, x plus 90 degree plus 60 degree plus 70 degree is equal to 360 degree. So x plus, now you have to add all these three angles. You can do it orally, you can do it in the rough work, right? So what will be the total of these three angles? 90 plus 60, how much it is? It is 150. 150 plus 70, it is 220. So x plus 220 degree equals to 360 degree. Now to find x, you take 220 on the other side. Keep in mind, sign will change. So 360 minus 220. So 360 minus 220 will be 140 degree. So this is our answer. X equals to 140 degree. Now moving on to the third figure. The third figure, if you see very carefully, it is a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 sides, right? So first thing you have to notice is this figure is a pentagon, right? So angle sum property will have to find out by using n minus 2 into 180 degree formula, right? So don't forget to find the angle sum. Okay, next thing important is here we have a pentagon, so 5 different angles, right? So 2 angles are given as unknown, right? And both they have given as x. That means whatever value of one x will be there will be repeated in x. Suppose x is 60, so here it will be 60, here also it will be 60, right? So x, even if there are 2 angles, there will be only a single value. Clear? And the very important part which will confuse you a very to a greater extent, that is these 2 internal angles are not given. So what to do, right? Remember in question number 2 we have done a similar thing like this. So what we'll be using, tell me which property we will use? We will be using linear pair property, right, for this angle as well as this angle, right? So let us now apply linear pair property to find out these 2 angles. So for our convenience, let us name these as angle 1 and angle 2. Clear? So applying linear pair property for 1, so it will be 70 degree plus 1 equals to 180 degree. So 1 equals to 180 minus 70 degree. So what is angle 1? 180 minus 70, so it will be 110 degree, right? So we got one angle. And same way over here, if we apply linear pair property, so it will be 60 degree plus angle 2 equals to 180, right? Here we are applying linear pair property. So angle 2 equals to 180, the 60 will go on this side. So angle 2 will be 180 minus 160, so that is 120, right? So after finding angle 1 and 2, that is 110, 120, I have put there in their place. So now we have a pentagon in which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 angles are given, 2 angles are unknown. So now let us use this property and find out what is x, right? So according to angle sum property, this statement you always have to write whenever you are finding the unknown angle, right? According to angle sum property, let us start with 30 plus x plus 110 plus 120 plus x. So 5 angles equals to n minus 2 into 180. What is n? Number of sides, right? So it is 5 minus 2 into 180 and 5 minus 2 into 180. So that is 3 into 180. So what will be 18 into 3, 540, 54, right? So that is how we are finding the angle sum of a pentagon. Now instead of doing this calculation over here, that is why inside we have done this kind of calculation. So directly we will write 540 over here, right? So 540. Now x plus x, let us keep it on one side, so that is 2x, and remaining all different angles, this one and this one, we'll add and then make it on the other side. So what is 110 plus 120? So that is 230, and 230 plus 30, that is 260. This you will be doing orally or in the rough work, right? So taking 260 on the other side, it will become minus. So we have 2x equals to 540 minus 260, right? So 540 minus 260 is 280. You can do on this side 540 minus 260. If you will do the calculation, you will get answer 280. So now we have to find out x. So take this 2 on the other side. As here it is in multiplication, on the other side it will go in division. So simplifying that, 280 by 2 is 140. So what is the value of x? That is 140. Remember, 140 will be over here also, 140 will be over here also. Now in this figure, this is a special example. You see, it will be very important as far as exam is concerned. We have a pentagon over here, right? And which kind of pentagon? You see these lines denote that all 5 sides are same. So this is a regular pentagon, right? Now what is special about this regular pentagon? That if all sides are same, all angles are also same. But where is the angle, right? Here they have given only one angle, that is x. But as per the rule, as it is regular pentagon, all other angles will also be the same, right? So here we don't have any information related to the angles, only we will use the angle sum property, and angle sum property will tell us what will be the total of these 5 angles. As it is a pentagon, we will be finding the angle sum. So according to angle sum property, be very careful, as we don't have any value, we will apply our mind. So all 5 angles, x plus x plus x plus x plus x, will give us the angle sum, right? So what is the angle sum of pentagon? According to this law, n minus 2 into 180, so that is 5 minus 2 into 180, and this will be nothing but 540, as we have already done in the numerical or the figure earlier. So this will be 540, right? Slowly you will remember all the angle sums as we will practice more questions, right? So for triangle it is 180, for quadrilateral it is 360, for pentagon it is 540. This you will remember, but if you don't remember, use this formula, right? So how many x are there? 5x is equals to 540. So what is x? Take this 5 downside, right? Whenever x is multiplied with some number and you have to find out only x, take that number downside in division. So after you divide 540 by 5, if in case, again I am telling, if you are able to divide it orally, that will be very good. If not, you can divide it in the rough work. So 540 divided by 5 is nothing but 108 degree. So what is the value of all the angles? As all the angles are same, the value of x will be 108 for all the angles, right? So this is the end of question number 6, in which we have seen how to find out an unknown angle if a regular quadrilateral is given. We will be using angle sum property. Clear? So now let us move towards question number 7. Now moving on to the last question, that is question number 7, in which we are not finding any special angle, but we are finding the sum of different angles, right? So this is a special kind of question in which at the end of question number 7 we will be able to form a kind of property, right? So this is the first time we will be solving the sums first, then we will make a property, right? Generally what happens, we understand property first and then we'll go for the numericals, but this time, for the first time, we will be solving different questions and then we'll go for the property, right? So here even though there are many methods to solve this kind of question in different materials, you may find shortcuts and all, but I have to take care of all type of students, so that is why I'll be going for a detailed version and an easy version, right? Now first of all, you see that we haven't been given this third angle, right? Let us name this angle as angle 1, right? So over here we can apply linear pair property, over here we can apply linear pair property, but here we cannot apply linear pair property, right? So even if we get z and x, we can't find y because we haven't been given this angle, right? But you see, this is a triangle, so can we use angle sum property of triangle in which two angles are given, and let us find out this angle and then use linear pair, right? So thinking, even if it is confusing, let us go for the solution, right? So let us find out the first step. According to angle sum property in triangle, that is adding all the three angles, this is angle 1, we will get 180. So let us go for angle 1 quickly, add these two, it will be 120 degree plus angle 1, that is 180, right? So what is angle 1? That is 180 minus 120, and what is that? 60, right? So instead of angle 1, let us write 60, right? Now you see, to find out angle y, you can use linear pair property, right? So let us apply linear pair property to find out x, y and z. But what we will do is, we will be finding it in very short, right? Because you have been studying a linear pair property, you only have to subtract the angles from 180, right? So to find z, let us make a linear pair property for x. Let us start with x, right? So first we'll start with x. So 90 plus x equals to 180. So what is x? It is 180 minus 90. So x becomes 90, right? So x we got. Okay, same way let us find out y. So it is 60 plus y equals to 180, y equals to 180 minus 60, so y equals to 120. See, we got x, we got y. Now only one angle left, and that is angle z. So z plus 30 equals to 180. So what is z? It is 180 minus 30, right? So z is 150. So here you have got the third angle as z. Which property we used? We use only one property, that is linear pair, right? We got x, y and z. Now only have to do the addition. So what is x plus y plus z? So 90 plus 120 plus 150 is, see, 120 plus 150, 100 plus 100, 250 and 270, 270 plus 90 will be 360. So what is our answer? Our answer of x plus y plus z is 360, right? First of all, we did angle sum property in the triangle, so we got 60. Then by applying linear pair property, we found x, y and z, and finally we added them. So it is easy but little bit lengthy, right? So with proper practice, you will be able to find out the answers very easily. Moving on to the last question. Now the last question is a very challenging question, right? Because you can see various lines, but it is very hard to find out that it is actually a quadrilateral, right? 1, 2, 3 and 4 sides. So remember, this is a quadrilateral, right? So what will be the angle sum property? Angle sum property will be 360, right? Why I am telling? Because we will be using that. Now let us understand what is the original question. We are told to find out x plus y plus z plus w, 4 different angles, right? In the previous question we found 3 different angles and then we have added. Now in this question again we are given 4 angles and then we'll have to add. Now a pattern which is similar, you see, here we can apply linear pair and find out x. Here we can apply linear pair and find out y. Here we can apply linear pair and find out z. But here we cannot apply linear pair up till we get this angle. Let us name this as angle 1. So let us find out angle 1 using angle sum property. And then we'll go for linear pair, finding all 4 x, y, z and w, and then we'll finally add. So 3 steps. Right? So what is the first step? The first step is finding out the 4th angle. So apply angle sum property. So according to angle sum property, let us start with angle 1 only. Angle 1 plus 120 plus 80 plus 60 is equals to 360, right? 1, 2, 3 is given and 1 is unknown. So let us find out this unknown. So angle 1 plus 120 plus 80, that is 200. 200 plus 60 is 260. So 1 plus 260 equals to 360. So let us take this 260 on other side. Angle 1 is 360 minus 260 degrees. So angle 1 finally we got 100, right? So instead of angle 1, what I am writing? I am writing 100, right? Now it is very easy, you see. Now we only have to apply linear pair properties and find x, y, z, w, and at the end we will add. So quickly let us add and let us find out the unknown variables x, y, z and w. So by linear pair property, let us start with x. 120 plus x equals to 180. So x equals to 180 minus 120. So x equals to 60, right? So we have got the first one, that is x. Now let us go for y. So that is 80 plus y equals to 180. So what is y? It is 180 minus 80 and y is 100. So we have got our second answer, that is y. Let us try for z. I am making space so that we are easily able to have the calculation part. So 60 plus z equals to 180. So z equals to 180 minus 60, z equals to 120, right? So let us have some separate space for this linear pair only, then we will finally add over there, right? Now moving on to W. So it is 100 plus W equals to 180. So W equals to 180 minus 100. W equals to 80. Right? So 4 times we apply linear pair and we got X 60, Y 100, Z 120, W 80. Now the last step, and the last step is finding out X plus Y plus Z plus W. Let us see what is the total. So that is 60 plus 100 plus 120 plus 80. And the sum total, final total is 360 degree. Right? See, this question is over. But what about the property? Right? We just have seen that even if the polygon was triangle and we added all the external angles, we got the answer 360. Right? And now this is quadrilateral, and still if we add all the exterior angle, the final addition is 360. Right? So even if any polygon is there, any polygon, and if you are adding all the exterior angles, the angle sum will always be 360. So what does that denote? That takes us to another property based on these two sums, that the property is that the sum of measures of the exterior angles of any polygon is always 360. Any polygon, if it is triangle, all the exterior angles you add them, it will become 360. Even if it is quadrilateral, add all the exterior angle, it will always be 360 degree. So the final property is the sum of measures of the exterior angles of a polygon is always 360. So that's it for today. We have completed this exercise. In the next part, we will continue with another set of properties and numericals. Till then, you practice these questions. If in case you have any doubt, you just go through the video more than one time. And if in case, even if you have any confusion, you can contact me in my WhatsApp number. So till then, stay safe and happy learning.